Why does your school teach humanities?
Our school teaches humanities as we feel that the subject is an integral and essential learning area for students to cover. It involves the learning and enlightenment of different cultures, environments, people, and societies from the past and the present. Humanities assists students to connect with other people's lives, stories, ideas, and different places worldwide. Therefore, understanding history and providing students with these learning opportunities allow them to develop into individuals who are aware and informed of their past and present, as well as develop skills that are essential for them to live in a community and society. For example, the ability to understand, empathise, and connect with people, and also respect and appreciate Indigenous people and culture. With this knowledge, individuals are less likely to hold racist or ignorant views towards those who are of Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander background. Including Indigenous perspectives ensures a safe, inclusive environment for all students.
Why include Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives in primary education?
Referring to the cross-curriculum priorities, AITSL 1.4 and 2.4 and the Triple R prototype, it is vital that we include these perspectives for a number of reasons. Firstly, Indigenous perspectives are a cross-curriculum priority that all teachers need to address. This priority in the curriculum is designed in such a way that it allows students the opportunity to develop their knowledge of Australia by engaging with the world's oldest continuing living cultures, that is, the Aborigines. The conceptual framework for this curriculum priority involves exploring the themes of identity and living communities through elements and concepts such as country or place, culture and people. Secondly, it has been evident that bringing in Aboriginal and Indigenous perspectives, according to Cahill and Collard 2003, has been shown to improve Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students' attendance, engagement and participation. Thus, by including their perspectives and cultures, Aboriginal students are more likely to feel a sense of confidence and motivation to attend school, and this may improve relationships between non-Indigenous and Indigenous people. Educating young students will give them opportunities to learn about diversity within their community, according to the Australian Humanities Curriculum 2016. Lastly, including these perspectives are a part of the Respect, Relationships and Reconciliation, also known as the Triple R project, which was developed for the AITSL to address focus areas within the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, that is, the Standards 1.4 and 2.4.
How you teach humanities at your school? We teach humanities at our school through a range of ways. Example, from activities in the class through to whole school events such as Multicultural Day. On this day, students from all cultural backgrounds dress up in their traditional cultural outfits and participate in fun and engaging activities. There is also an entertaining performance where a group of Indigenous people will perform and express their Aboriginal culture through their traditional dance. These types of activities are a vital part of teaching humanities at our school, as it links to the humanities curriculum, as it also allows students to respect other cultures and to celebrate the cultural harmony within our school, community and Victoria. It also allows students to acknowledge the diversity of people and places in the local community and beyond, and to gain an understanding of how people participate in their communities. Humanities in our school are also taught through music and dance. Music as a subject is extremely important for them to learn. It not only is a great way to enhance their learning, but it is a fundamental part of their development and growth. By learning about Indigenous music, students both show an understanding of how the impact of music within their own personal surroundings and the environments, and also receive an insight to their other cultures and the role it plays within those cultures. We as a school feel that the Aboriginal people use music to express and communicate the more important things in their culture. Hence the main reason why it is a part part of teaching in this school. Another way we teach is through the incorporation of maps and languages. As in Humanities curriculum, we focus greatly on maps and languages, including Aboriginal perspectives on all three. Focusing on the language aspect of the curriculum, adhere to the cross-curriculum priorities in the Australian curriculum framework. Your child will not only learn parts of an Aboriginal language, but Aboriginal histories and culture. They are an integral part of learning Aboriginal languages and Torres Strait Islander languages, as there is an inseparable connection between the languages and land, sea, sky and waterways. Through learning a framework language, all students gain access to knowledge and understanding of Australia that can only come from an Australian perspective. Your children will also be learning essential knowledge about the geography of the local area and discover similarities and differences in between places within and outside Australia through the study of their environmental and human characteristics. This section of the curriculum will also develop students' understanding of place, space, environment and interconnections. From other perspectives, our teachers will also study the constantly changing environment and the history of the colonies and borders within Australia. Examples of practice and on-country visit.
Excursions play a central role in our school. We use excursions in our school to make the learning in our classrooms real. The two excursions that we usually take our students to are the Woodlands Historic Park and Footscray Memorial Gardens in Maribyrnong. The Woodlands Historic Park by Parks Victoria is led by an Indigenous person or advocate. It provides a great opportunity for all students, whether Indigenous or non-Indigenous, to help them to really understand the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's culture, life and society prior to the settlement period. One of the main activities that students complete is the walking tour of the Woodlands Historic Park. This links to the Humanities curriculum as it offers hands-on experience through exploring, discovering and investigating the Woodlands Historic Park. For example, students investigate the life of Indigenous Australians living near the Moonee Ponds Creek. They begin to form questions like, what was this place called, why they chose this place, and what significance did this place have? Who were gatherers and hunters? What type of housing they had, why they burnt a particular area when they left? There are also other significant places in the park like the Murrup Gurrong Yon Spiritual Creek and Wirroona Cemetery. This excursion also allows them to investigate other humanities areas, white settlement through the homestead, and to honour Hume and Hovell, who camped at this site on December 1824. Students will learn about geography, locality and mapping. Each student will be given a map of the Woodlands Historic Park, and they will need to mark in certain places the animals and events or places they came across as they walk around the park, such as Murrup Gurrong Yan Creek, Flora Trail, Native Indigenous Flora, Moonee Ponds Creek. For revegetation, Homestead from the 1800s, Living Legends Home for Retired Horse, Chaffee's Bridge from the 1950s, Wirroona Cemetery, which has great significance to the Maori people. Students will need to look out for kangaroos and rosella, certain native bush on the list. Students will see the airport and planes fly by at a very close range as they had to land over the Woodlands Historic Park. Teachers will generate discussions about environmental change, settlement change and environmental issues including cause and effect, etc. during this excursion. The excursion to Footscray Memorial Gardens in Maribyrnong will allow students to deepen and connect their learning and understanding of the significances of World War I and World War II and the contributions made by the Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians in the military. Through this excursion, they will also understand the service and sacrifice of both Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, veterans, and the role these people have played in the development of our nation. The gardens also provide students a learning opportunity which will immerse the students to a rich environment that provides plenty of participation and engagement Overall, both these excursions connect well with the curriculum, particularly the cross-curriculum priorities as well as the professional standards 1.4 and 2.4. These standards 1.4 are strategies for teaching Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, so designing and implementing effective teaching strategies that are responsive to the local community and cultural setting, linguistic background and histories of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, as well as 2.4, understand and respect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to promote reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, provide opportunities for students to develop understanding of and respect for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories, cultures and languages.
Assessing and celebrating students' work.
Assessing students' work. We assess students' learning through many different ways so we can keep track of their understanding. These include in-class formative assessments such as written reflections, in-class activities which are done both individually and in groups, and also through ICT like online interactive quizzes. Other ways we assess students' work is through events like Multicultural Day, as mentioned before. After Multicultural Day, students are required to write up a short reflection or essay on how their day was and what they had experienced. Once they have written about their experience, teachers can assess their work by checking whether students are using new words and also whether learning took place. Another example is when the students will be learning about Indigenous music, but also focusing on Aboriginal dance. The students will be given the chance to learn an Aboriginal dance, and at the end of the year, as an assessment, they will be able to perform their dance at the end of the year showcase. This will be a great opportunity and way to not only encourage students to want to learn about the unit of music, but also to be proud of the work that they had achieved, to assess and also celebrate their learning. Our school is proud of the work that our students produce, and we endeavour to celebrate their achievements whenever we can. Weekly assemblies with the whole school are often environments for presentations by class groups to perform or share their learning experiences with their peers. It is important to us that we celebrate our students' work so that they gain an interest in their learning and feel appreciated for their effort. According to Churchill, people are more likely to be motivated if their esteem needs are satisfied, as well as their other basic needs. Therefore, by allowing children to feel a sense of achievement, they are more likely to try learn further. Nevertheless, our school has also established a day called Parent Visiting Day, where parents are invited to come to the school during school hours to look at their child's work. The work would be displayed on the walls, and this may consist of 3D projects, stories written by the younger students, and many more. Other examples of celebrating students' work are from Multicultural Day, where teachers put up photos in classrooms of students dressed up in clothes from their chosen cultural background. Students' writings will also be hung up on the walls so that parents are able to see them when they come to visit. Teachers may also put images of students on the school website with parents' consent.